GTA 5 has been out for over a decade now, and we've all spent countless hours causing chaos in Los Santos. But how well do you really know the game? Sure, you might think you've seen it all, completed every mission, explored every corner, and hunted down all the Easter eggs. So consider this a challenge. Here are 10 wild facts, secrets, and hidden details in GTA 5 that you probably never knew about. Or maybe you did. Let's find out. Number 1. Michael's wife got a secret dating profile. We all got our opinions about Michael and his family, but there's one thing we can all agree on. Michael's wife, Amanda, is a straight up cheater. You probably already know about Amanda's shady yoga instructor situation, but what most players don't know is that Amanda has a secret dating profile on GTA 5's in-game site, Hush Smush. Yup, she's out there still looking for a good time while Michael's zoning out by the pool. You don't see her name, but the description of the profile gives it all away. Husband ignoring and sitting by the pool all day, likes yoga, acts like someone 20 years younger. Sounds familiar? Well, Amanda's out there thinking she's slick, but if you play through the game, that's clearly her. So yeah, Amanda's not just casually flirting in the story, she's got an actual dating profile on the side, trying to hook up with someone else while still married to Michael. It's one of those wild little Easter eggs that GTA 5 hides so well, but when you find it, you're like, of course. Number 2. Tracey is Brad's daughter. Amanda's shady antics don't stop at her secret dating profile. You probably heard the whispers about Michael's family, specifically the idea that his kids might not even be his. Fans have gone deep with this theory, and while I can't say for sure about Jimmy, there is something seriously suspicious about Tracey. And once you start connecting the dots, things get real messy. First off, let's talk about Tracey's looks. Unlike Michael, who's got dark hair and features, Tracey's got bright blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Doesn't really match up, right? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Before Amanda married Michael, she was dating Brad, and in the game, Amanda even admits she was into the other guy back in the day. Considering Amanda's track record, it's not too crazy to think she might have been pregnant with Tracey when she married Michael. If you take a look at Tracey and Brad side by side, there are some seriously shocking similarities, way more than she has with Michael. Now, I'm not saying it's 100% sure, but given Amanda's behavior and the fact that she still talks about Brad, the timeline starts to look pretty shady. Could Tracey actually be Brad's kid? Number 3. There was another ending to GTA 5. We all know GTA 5 gives you 3 different ways to end the story. 2 of them involve killing either Michael or Trevor, leaving Franklin alive, while the third option, Death Wish, keeps all 3 characters breathing. You might think, okay, maybe Rockstar wanted to throw us a bone and give us at least one happy ending where nobody dies. But here's the thing, according to some data found in the game's code, it turns out that wasn't always the plan. Apparently, in an earlier version of the game, the third ending was supposed to end with Franklin taking the hit, which makes sense, right? But that wasn't the end. Instead of just ending the story there, you would switch over to playing as Lamar, Franklin would have been gone, and Lamar, his best friend, and probably one of the funniest characters in the game, would have taken his spot. Imagine how wild and fun that would have been. But for whatever reason, Rockstar decided to scrap that idea and give us the everyone lives ending instead. As much as it's nice to have a happy ending, the idea of playing as Lamar could have been a really fun, crazy shakeup. Number 4. Roman Bellic stuck inside the bunker underwater. I'm sure you have all seen or at least heard about that creepy alien stuck under the ice in GTA 5. It's one of the game's widely known Easter eggs, but what a lot of players don't know is that there's an even spookier one lurking underwater. A hidden bunker, very deep down in the ocean. And yeah, it's already eerie just seeing the bunker sitting there, but things get even weirder the closer you get. As you approach, you will hear what sounds like someone dumping from the inside, like they're trapped in there. What's more interesting is that somebody actually managed to decode those bumps, and guess what? It turns out the dumps are in Morse code, and when translated, it says, "Hey, you never called. How would you like to go bowling?" Sounds familiar? Yup, that's a direct reference to Roman Bellic, Nico's cousin from GTA 4, who was constantly bugging players to go bowling in that game. But could it actually be Roman stuck inside that underwater bunker? I mean, it's Rockstar, so anything could be possible. Let me know what you guys think. Number 5. The Ghost Dog. We have all heard about the infamous ghost of Mount Chiliad, but here's a lesser known fact. There's another ghost in GTA 5, and it's not some spooky human haunting a mountain, it's a dog. And what's wild is that this ghost dog seems to have a a strange connection to Franklin and Dom Beasley. You might remember Dom as the guy Franklin finds hanging from a tree, hopelessly tangled in his parachute. It was this dog that led Franklin right to Dom, and after Franklin helps him down, the dog suddenly disappears. When Franklin mentions to Dom that he would thank the dog that led him there, Dom seems absolutely clueless. The same ghost dog shows up again in the mission on calculated risk again to save Dom, although he dies anyway. But who is this dog? Well, this dog actually belongs to a family whose photo can be found on one of the online GTA websites. This family tragically died in a car crash near Vinewood Hills, the same place where Franklin first meets the dog, which could be the reason why this dog is still trying to protect people long after its own life ended. Number 6. Actual zombie in Grand Theft Auto 5. We all love zombies in video games, right? That's why GTA 5's zombie mods are such hits, as players get to turn Los Santos into their very own undead apocalypse playground. But what if I told you that you don't need these mods to have zombies in Grand Theft Auto 5? Yep. You can actually find one roaming around Vinewood. However, it's not a real undead zombie, but just a guy totally dedicated to his role, dressed up as one. The fun part is that you can walk right up to him and have a chat, and if you do it as Trevor, it leads to one of the most hilarious in-game conversations. Trevor, with his usual sarcastic wit, interrogates this poor guy who has to explain that he's not actually dead. It's all just part of his cosplay. And the best part, he probably tells you that he's a graduate, which makes Trevor's reaction even more priceless.
It's kind of my job. Cosplay.
So, you're not really dead?
No, I'm a graduate, man. I'll never understand this town.
To be honest, I never noticed this guy until I found a thread on Reddit talking about how there's a freaking zombie in GTA 5, which made me get back into the game and see for myself. I'm sure you missed him too, right? Number 7. GTA Online saved by a modder. We all know about Rockstar's beef with the modding community. They've been known to come down hard on modders, especially the ones that mess with their darling online game. But did you know it was a modder who saved millions of players from the excruciatingly long waiting times in Grand Theft Auto Online? The guy is known as TOST or T0ST, who managed to figure out a brilliant solution to cut the loading time by a whopping 70%. This was definitely a game changer for players who had grown used to waiting forever just to hop into a session. He didn't just keep the fix to himself though. He shared his discovery with Rockstar, who then tested it out and realized it actually worked. Soon after, they launched a quick patch to roll out the fix for everyone back in 2021, if I remember correctly. The company also rewarded him with a $10,000 bounty for fixing it, officially mentioning his name in the patch notes. Thanks, man. Number 8. The Black Cellphones mystery. Now there's a good chance you've heard about the Black Cellphone mystery in Grand Theft Auto 5, but in case you haven't, let me break it down for you. This weird discovery blew up in the community when someone stumbled upon a specific phone number you can dial in the game. The number, which reads as 1999 EMP drop, triggers something unexpected, a small explosion right above your character's head, and with that it also turns your phone black and slightly increases its size. You can actually dial the number again to reverse the effect with another bang, but no one really knows what this was all about. Of course, it led to all sorts of fan theories. Some believe it's connected to the mysterious UFO sightings, hinting at some secret alien tech. Others think it might have been a feature Rockstar planned to include in a future DLC but never got around to finishing. And interestingly, the game's code references something called Uja Saud, which was found alongside the Black Cellphone event, but this mission doesn't appear in the final game. Could it be that the EMP drop was part of this mission? Maybe it was part of a scrap storyline involving secret military tech or alien conspiracies. Let me know what you guys think about that. At number 9, we got the dumb mechanic. Now, Grand Theft Auto Online has come a long way, rolling updates and new features, but along the way, Rockstar also got rid of some, well, less than perfect additions, like the infamous GTA Online mechanic. Remember that guy? Before the auto spawn feature we all rely on now, he was the dude responsible for driving your vehicle to you when you called. Sounds cool and realistic, right? It could have been, but this mechanic was straight up crazy, leading to some of the most frustrating and hilarious moments in GTA Online. Instead of smoothly delivering your car, this guy had a habit of speeding right past you without stopping. He would watch your vehicle zoom by, leaving you standing there like an idiot. And if that wasn't enough, sometimes he would would go joyriding all over the map before delivering your car, bringing it back to you scratched up and damaged. Now other times he would run you down with your own vehicle or get into a fist fight if you dared to assault him. While it made for some funny moments, it was equally annoying, especially when you had to pay for repairs after his wild shenanigans. Instead of fixing his bizarre, unpredictable behavior, Rockstar decided to completely remove him from the game, and I guess their logic was, if you can't fix it, just get rid of it. Typical Rockstar. Number 10. Charles Manson's house in Grand Theft Auto 5. One of the most unsettling mysteries Rockstar has sneaked into Grand Theft Auto 5 is the connection to Charles Manson. Manson, as you probably know, was the infamous criminal who led the Manson family cult, pulling off a series of horrific murders back in 1979. The game nods to his dark chapter of history with a house in Banham Canyon that closely resembles 10050 Celio Drive, the infamous location of the Manson family murders in Benedict Canyon. There's graffiti on the wall that reads 1807 with an arrow pointing towards the house. This number might seem random, but it's likely that the 07 part indicates the number of murders that Charles was convicted for. But things got even spookier, because every once in a while there's a party going on in that house, and when you go there you can find people dancing and having a good time until you bump into them. When you do, they suddenly just collapse and die, which feels like a disturbing nod to the real life murders. That was 10 things you probably didn't know about in Grand Theft Auto. Maybe you did, who knows. It certainly feels like GTA 5 just never gets old though, and there's always a new mystery you could find if you look hard enough. The game world is filled up with Easter eggs and clever nods to real world events and pop culture. But for now, that's it for this round of GTA 5's craziest secrets. How many did you already know? If you knew all of them, you're a legend, man. Here's your reward, the GTA nerd. See you.